Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 40. Today we are playing a bit of Gleaming Lantern. It does say up there at the top, Pantheon Yuumi. I concede that they are in the deck, but this is a Gleaming Lantern build around and not so much a Pantheon build around. And so there's basically three pillars to this deck, right? Three big things that this has going on for it. We can touch on the Pantheon bit first. This does have a lot of the kind of core tenets to the Yuumi Pantheon deck. Has a couple of faded units and Pantheon himself, along with the assistant librarian. It's got some of these early card generators with the Gift Giver, the Yordle Squire, and the Mountain Goat. But we most certainly are not a full build around faded deck. We aren't playing the one drop. We aren't playing the dragon. We aren't playing like the full collection of things like We Stand Together or whatever the Bandle City one is that gives +2/+1 to multiple units. We aren't playing Demacia for things like Spell Shield or not Spell Shield, Sharp Sight. This is most certainly not a full on self-targeting build around. Those aspects are here. They will turn up and be relevant in multiple games that we play, but we aren't the full-on build around. Don't make that mistake as we start. Our build around card of choice here is actually the Gleaming Lantern. This is the kind of second pillar to the deck, if you will. This is just an extremely, extremely powerful card. It lets you cheat pretty hard. If this thing sits on the board for 3 turns, it lets you get 6 mana ahead of your opponent, and that's pretty, pretty powerful, especially on a unit that's already just good, right? A 3/3 for 3 is a fine deal. And so getting this bonus of additional mana throughout the rest of the game, quite powerful if your opponent's not able to interact with it, or as being in a deck that has just a ton of combat tricks already, it's not impossible to protect on our own. And so the Lantern is, the big thing that we're looking to take advantage of here. We're playing both Yuumi and Papercraft Dragon as the payoff cards. We have the Face Sprout to generate the additional fairies, and then the likes of Assistant Librarian as just another early game play. So it's pretty easy to kind of assemble these games to where we just don't play anything the first couple turns of the game. Turn 3, we play a Gleaming Lantern, then we immediately follow up with the Assistant Librarian, and then we're free to just cast our additional spells on it. We can start getting the Faded built up on it. We can Face Sprout if we need to, and then play something out that way. And then as the turns progress, if you move into the next turn, and get to play a Papercraft Dragon for 3 mana along with a combat trick, incredibly, incredibly powerful. And so very tough card for our opponents to deal with if it just sits around, something that we're definitely looking to take advantage of. Then the last pillar of the deck, the last thing we have going on, is the big flashy part, right? The exciting stuff that everyone wants to see. We're trying to put Spell Shield, Overwhelm, and Double Strike all onto one unit. And so the Papercraft Dragon is the only means of assembling the Double Strike piece, but there's only like 6 fairies in the game and we're playing Face Sprout, so if we haven't drawn the dragon, we have some additional ways to go about it. Camphor is our big, easy path to victory here, as he has Spell Shield and Overwhelm all on his own. We can catch a piece of the puzzle here, which is Pantheon, right? Pantheon has Overwhelm. Doesn't have the Spell Shield, but we do have Bastion to grant Spell Shield to him. And then in the event that we can't assemble either of those units, we do have the Zenith Blade out as a means to give something Overwhelm just in general. And so that is the big game finisher that we're looking to pull off. We want to, kind of go tall, do some basic faded stuff throughout the early game, but we're going to be closing these games out with the big Overwhelm attack with the Papercraft Dragon. And so that's it. That's what we're battling with. Before we can start, before we can get in, we do have to go and turn something premium, and we're going to load up the Gleaming Lantern today. He is our big build around. He is the centerpiece of our deck today. We'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't give him the premium treatment, and so feels pretty good. Why is that button there? What a dumb feature. Look at this. You can't see it now. It's already gone, but Face Sprout's not premium. Oh, well, fuck. I guess we can do it this way. This is why it's here, right? You go and turn it premium, and then there's the undo just in case. All right, I got you. But I guess everyone out there doesn't live the pay-to-win lifestyle. I mean, that's the way we got to Masters. I don't know why people aren't out there and doing it. You gotta you gotta pay the price if you want to get to the top of the ladder. All right. Some Yuumi Pantheon. It's always interesting to me. Like, This is a deck that we were seeing at the top of the meta just a few weeks ago, and it's a deck that plays quite well into the Sun Disc. Right, the Sun Disc decks have a lot of trouble with you coming out here and just throwing down this big overwhelm unit. They tend to play, a handful of quicksands, but the big overwhelm strategy is what has been kind of the bane of the what are the name of the Sun Disc decks, and so it's kind of odd to see the Pantheon decks kind of fall off so hard, but it does have some more additional bad matchups out there. It doesn't do too well against the really aggressive decks. We're gonna struggle here against Narzigs, but it's strange to see this just completely out of the meta as we were really looking to. Do we want to play the 1 health unit here? It could be relevant in the face of something like Ziggs or an Overwhelm or something. Let's just trade out the Squire here. I'm actually going to go for the bonus health just in case we need to block an Overwhelm or make a Ziggs block. But no, like our Gauntlet strategy was to just ban Yuumi Pantheon, and then we played a bunch of decks that were really good against everything except Yuumi Pantheon. And so it's been kind of strange that it's fallen from grace so hard. But it's the way she goes. Who knows? Maybe a couple days from now when the new patch comes out, this will be out here and ready for action. So with this, I'm just not going to attack. This is a deck where it's going to be much easier for them to get wider than we are. And I don't want to just be coming down here and making trades. We need to try and assemble some value blocks or get ourselves just a better board than our opponent can handle. And so I'm going to just do it a little slow. Here we can put the Lantern in front of the Chemist, a 3-2 in front of something else. So we'll play it just a little bit slow here. This will turn out extra nice if we manage to spike a fairy on the next turn. Didn't do it, but that's okay. I just want to get as many units down now as we can. I think is it safe to go ahead and open? I mean, he can't block with the rear guard. I don't think I like it that much. I do like adding just a ton of units to the board this turn, though. Drops Gnar. We can handle that. We need to stop here, though. Interesting. Must just have a slow hand. So let's go ahead and gem up the Lantern so it doesn't die to Pokestick. We'll add the Yordle Squire to the board, but we'll have time to react if we need it now. I'm going to pick up the Spear for this one. Really need to focus on getting this Pantheon leveled up now. It'd be fairly important to have him hit a lifesteal turn. Okay. Okay. He drops a Saboteur. Shouldn't be too much. It's like he's already played Pokestick. I guess we have to kind of worry about there being an additional one. But for that to happen, we'd have to give up on the Lantern. I think I'm just okay if we lose our Pantheon here. Right, if he doesn't play any more cards here, we should be a little suspicious, I guess. But I think this is okay. 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 Oh, he survives. Nice. Looking good. So, how do we want to go about this turn? It would be kind of nice to get the Zenith Blade down, but we lose out on the ability to drop an additional unit. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Papercraft Dragon, boost up our Pantheon, and then threaten lethal on our next attack. Just the Gift Giver feels like it's much more important than getting in an attack with the Lantern. Okay. Probably should have gemmed up the Lantern earlier, just in case he has a 1 damage. But seems fine. Interesting set. I mean, we have this... We'll take the bonus attacks now because we're going to be getting a big overwhelm attack in next turn. But man, we have so many good options here. Wild. Wild. Okay, I'm not like 100% familiar with what their removal suite is, but they can most certainly have things like Scorched Earth coming out of this deck, and so I want to play around with Scorched Earth. We're just going to be going for lethal next turn, and so we'll just take that option away from them. Noxus Blast. Uh-oh. Okay. So we got to fade a Noxus Blast, a second one. We're in the same spot. Like, he had to have two last turn as well. Camphor, I'm sorry, my dude. We're not giving him the chance to drop a Decimate. All right. Let's see if we win. The game says we're gaining 18 health, so we can't lose, right? Cannot lose. Uh-oh. What's this? Oh, good job. Okay, kind of is what it is. Again, it's a pretty horrendous matchup, and I'm glad that we got ourselves in a pretty good spot there to close it out. I think we prevented pretty much every damage that we could take. We made a significant effort to ensure that we had blockers down in place of playing spells. I'm happy enough with that. One of the unfortunate side effects of not playing a bunch of single combat style cards, you can't counterspell the Noxus Blast. All right. The next game is upon us, I think. Might have just broke it. Come on, Riot. Oh, matchmaking timed out. It's the opponent's fault, not ours. Where are we at? Where'd you go? Fairies, bruh. Get back in the queue. Oh my gosh, it failed. Please try again. All right, let's try again. Oh my gosh, Riot, get it together. Alright, looks like we might have fixed it. We did the old turn it off, wait 30 seconds and turn it back on. Seems to have solved the problem here. Maybe. Maybe, perhaps. Now it's just going to completely fail. We're going to fight the Poro bot. the Masters ranked Poro bot, here it comes. It's just, I'm trying to think of what that would be. The Draven matchup was always the worst one. I think that, well, I guess there was the Elusives one as well. That was kind of tough. Both of those had been pretty miserable. All right, what do we got? The Sentinels. Let's see here. Not a very impressive hand. It's like I don't really even want to keep the Yordle Squire, but we're on the odd attack token here. We might be able to get some quick usage out of it. All right, we are getting like pretty incentivized to just start like turbo targeting our stuff. Now that we have Camphor in our hand already. Okay. Happy enough to take that trade. Makes me curious if they don't have any like early damage pings in their hand. Because right, we can't get in this spot where it's like we play Yordle Squire and put a spear on it, and then we can block a Fearsome. Let's just keep churning through this. I'm gonna go for the target, and then we'll open with Yuumi next turn. So this gets around the likes of Vile Feast. If he wants to Mystic Shot a Yordle Squire, I mean, I guess that's a win. That seems good for us, right? Let's go for the stats. We also get our Yuumi back if if he has a kill on the Yordle Squire. This is how you boom him though, right? You just get the you get the Yuumi Yordle Squire going. Look at that respect he has to pay for it. Man, dropping a thermogenic beam. I like it. I like it.
The sea is too shallow a grave.
He drops the Buru Sentinel. Sure. Okay. I'm ready for next turn. So now, like, we have like actual real units on the board. Like I think I want to save like Camphor for Yuumi. Maybe they just trade out quickly enough to where it doesn't hurt. Let's do this. The Assistant Librarian is going to be a better target for Yuumi here, I think. All right, get this mountain of stats on the board. Looks like it's probably an incoming Vengeance, but even with the removal spell here, both of our units can still take down the Buru Sentinel. Yeah, that's fine. I got my targets. I'm done for the turn, my dude. He's played 2 big removals up to this point. I'm not sure like the exact composition these people play. But certainly less scary. We get an animation for that, bro? Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's like playing more champions. So we're a little short of a double strike kill. Oh, he doesn't attack. Nice. Let's see if we can find our boy. Nope. I don't want Quick Quill. Well, Quick Quill's kind of interesting in that a quick attack challenge with Camphor is not that bad. Do you unfortunately have to pay full price for it? Okay. I think this is okay. Not nearly as good as a double strike would be, but it should be getting the job done nonetheless. Oh, is he bringing in 2 cards? He's got more removals for us? Oh, what a lame-o. You know what the problem is with people these days? Sometimes they just don't like to have fun. We're the ones out here doing the cool shit. This guy, I can already tell this guy doesn't like to have fun. You say, hey, Major McCheese, what'd you do Friday night? He says, oh, yeah, man, I read a book. Fuck you, dude, that's not fun. You're supposed to say, I pounded 19 beers, That's where the fun is. Nice and healthy. I pounded 19 beers. All right, let's get this rolling, though. We'll go ahead and tick up our Pantheon one more before we play him, and then we'll just drop him next turn. Vengeance, all right. Love seeing the Vengeance come down right before we play Pantheon. Make sure we get our target. And here he is. More animations. What you got? You hit the good stats. You got the good stuff in here, Pantheon. Tough, Lifesteal, Regenerate, Elusive, Challenger, Augment, which is interesting, and Barrier. Elusive and Augment. Okay. We'll wait. I'm gonna open with a gem onto Pantheon, and then we'll battle. Got him. Got him good. GG, my dude. Go learn how to have fun. Right. GG. All right, next battle. Same deck, different dude. We'll see how much fun Rusty likes to have as opposed to that guy in the last game. Here, I think I want to just get rid of Gift Giver as well. Like, it is nice to kind of like turbo out the Pantheon. Maybe that's the way we need to approach this matchup. Is he should be pretty tough for them to deal with, and we need to just start leveling him as quickly as we can. Not a bad start though. It's tough. I'm still like not sold on which item to be taking here. Maybe we shouldn't like mess with trying to play around Vile Feast. It's not quite good enough to bring all the worries about. Here, nice shutdown on the turn. We get the block onto the Fearsome now with the Yordle Squire. We can deal with the summoned Spider with the Gift Giver. This all around just seems like a real shitty turn for our opponent. I don't think there's any other way to say that. Drop the Lantern. It has some downside here in that we can't target something this turn if we drop it. Man, I really just want to come in and get these targets. Let's swing. We don't have a fairy ready to drop just yet anyways, and so I think that's fine. He's got a Pharaoh's Fancier. Okay. Go for the shield now. I'll protect our Yordle Squire from the Vile Feast. Get ourselves the target. Looking good. Now we'll have the Gleaming Lantern for next turn. We have a mana for Face Sprout. And so we should be able to play a fairy up to 3 cost, if that's what we need to do. Shock Blast. Okay. Quite the investment in the Yordle Squires. Poor Gaz. Out here getting shock blasted. That wasn't on their radar for the day. What do we got? Furious Feyfolk is moderately interesting. He's just the biggest dude that we have access to. Let's just go wide with the other Gleaming Lantern. We can play it this turn. Don't have a ton of payoff for this route, but I think it's okay. Got ready to level up Camphor? Next turn. Okay. And this is kind of tough. Like I want to be able to Bastion our lanterns. I guess it's not like a huge deal dropping Gift Giver. It's not really doing anything here. Let's just gem up the Gleaming Lantern so we get our target for the turn, and then we'll pass. I like that less. I want to get this Gift Giver down. Okay, now that he's played Vi, I feel much better. Right, because we needed to be able to get a spell target if we want to play Camphor with all the abilities this turn. Okay. Alright, Rip Lantern. Dude could really use some quick attack though. Like, it's not that exciting to just come in and hook Vi with this thing. Maybe we'll just top deck that Papercraft Dragon. Shit. Okay. Sad noises. Well, as they say, if you want to be a professional, learn it from the master, bro. He's got to stack these up. Oh, it's going to be so nice if we can Bastion out of this. Plays a Fancier. Can we just lethal here? We can get up to 18 damage. We're going to be one short, right? If we wanted to Bastion the Camphor and then hook the Fancier. 16. Yeah, right. That would be 18, 1 damage short. Okay. Vi it is. Okay, Camphor should be safe now. If he wants to do something clever like Vile Feast this turn, then we have the Bastions ready for next turn. What a Pantheon. Look at this dude, he's about to be lame, isn't he? He's about to be lame.
You are a child. What do you know of nightmares?
I know if I'm quick enough in a fight, I'll never have to meet him.
Alright, let's see what he's got in store for us. We can hold off on the Pantheon until after he does his lack of fun. We do just drop him now. We miss out on one spell, but I think this is okay. So we'll have like 2 angles of attack for next turn. Scout, Augment, Lifesteal, Spell Shield, Fearsome Barrier. Oh, you're so dead, dude. Okay. Just say it like that, you're just so dead.
Be brave.
No reason to attack with those. So what's his best unit back here, right? It's just gonna be the a Buru. Okay.
Move or cease. Watch your toes.
He's gonna need 2 cards here, right? You can still like Vile Feast Vengeance this, but I think we should be okay. Wrecked. Get him. Papercraft Dragon Camphor coming right at you. Oh, welcome to the new meta, Sentinels. Welcome to the new meta. All right, the Sun Disc. This one I'm a little, I don't know. I mean, it has to feel at least okay, given how we felt about the previous matchups. I think this is fine. This should be a good keep here. I'm curious what we're able to pull off in this matchup in terms of one of the strategies we take against the Sun Disc a lot of the times is just not playing units, right? He's going to come down here. He's going to play his... He's gonna play his like Ruin Runner. It's not Ruin Runner. His Rock Hoppers and the thing that puts like a bunch of cards on the board and stuff. And it's like it's easy just to like just not play a unit and not have to deal with them. I think we can pull that off here. Just like attack with one big unit over and over again. Okay. So the question becomes, I don't think we want to get Yuumi down just yet. We could, but like this is our last chance to get around Roiling Sands. And so I think we just drop the Gleaming Lantern, see what happens here, and then plan on starting in with Yuumi and Zenith Blades and stuff on our next turn. Not sure how tough this is going to be without a Papercraft Dragon, but I like the idea. I can bring it now.
Find your own.
Okay. There's the Unraveled Earth. So right, that was the whole idea with this, is he wants to play these cards that that summon stuff to the board. He can't do it if he has a full board. We just assembled the full combo. Okay, he's tapped out. He's going to deal 1 damage next turn to our weakest unit, which is going to be the Yordle Squire. I'm okay with that. We're going to put Yuumi on it anyways. So let's drop the Zenith Blade onto the lantern. Alright, that piece of the puzzle's done. Now let's play Yuumi onto the Yordle Squire. You are officially protected. Alright, move on to the next turn. Now we get this 3-mana Papercraft Dragon onto the Gleaming Lantern. Alright, you get to come down here. And then I don't think we want to play the Zenith Blade this turn. It's going to depend on how our opponent spends the mana. I don't want to lose any of these units to the deal 4 damage thing. And so as it stands, we can protect both of our 4 health units if he has it, right? He's going to deal 4 damage plus 1 damage from Xerath. And so I want to play around that if we can. Can't lethal this turn, so let's just bring in the Lantern. Okay, we lose Overwhelm, but we don't lose the attach abilities, so it's a little bit unfortunate in terms of the damage, but overall it's pretty okay. Sure. Get all the roiling sands, my dude. Your sands are so roiling these days. He says, I want nothing more than to level my Xerath. And we're just like, I don't know about that, my dude. I don't know about letting that happen. Drawing Zenith Blade's a real pain in the butt, though. I could see playing one now. Playing one unit, now that we have the third Zenith Blade in hand. How close is Xerath to flipping? That would be 1 away, and then one of these other units would take a single point of damage. I think I'm okay with this. And we're still protected here. If he has the 4 damage thing, then his 1 damage point's just going to go in a smaller unit. Okay. Where's our double striker? Enjoy, my dude. He needs to have a second quicksand here real bad. Okay. Just digging. Ripperino. Oh, feels good. Feels good. I love seeing that strategy play out where you're just like, yeah, I won't play any cards. Turns out I could just drop all my attaches. I don't have to worry about what you're doing. Sweet. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. At least I didn't have to watch any. Man, these could be some powerful games if it's like we have to drop a Camphor and watch an animation and drop a Pantheon and watch an animation and then opponent activates a level 3 Sundisk. And just get the fucking popcorn. Sit around and watch them all day. Now, I don't think that the Pantheon and the Camphor are that obnoxious. It's just so long watching all of the Sundisk cutscenes. But man, I guess if that's all we have to bitch about these days, then things are pretty good. We'll hang on to the Lantern, see what else we can assemble. This gets the Donger here. I feel like we should be able to pull off a lot of the similar plays to where we're just going full combo on the single unit. I think I want to bank the mana here. See if he has a way to interact with this Mountain Goat. If he can't interact with the Mountain Goat and we can start leveling up, it's going to be kind of okay. As it stands, we can't get Camphor up and running for quite a few turns. can get ourselves, like, when we roll around to turn 4, we have the potential to just drop double Gleaming Lanterns, right? You play the one for 3, then your next one costs 1 less, so you can get them both on board. Let's see how the mana plays out, though. I still want to get Camphor leveled up. So what's he's going to ignite and hit with the elusive? We probably need to get it in our head. We're not following that plan. Let's drop the other mountain goat. I think we'll drop the Yordle Squire as well, and then we can just attack across the board with a bunch of 3 attack units next turn. So we need to play the Squire now to get the spear. Okay. Right, then we can Lantern, Spear, hit with all these damages. I like it. Aggro Lantern coming through. Victor's slightly awkward, but doesn't change anything, I don't think. If he hit, I think all it changes is we'll want to put a tiny spear onto the mountain goat. Oh shit, we don't have the mana? I thought we had an extra mana. Shit. Math's not my strong suit. Okay, he gets a handful of value blocks out of this, but we need to chunk in the damage. I don't want the bottled water. I want my caffeine water. Here we go. All right. Hitting for 6. Wow, he's putting his elusive out in the middle of the board. That's kind of wild seeing him block with the Niandroid. And he's letting us keep the actual units that we want. I was like, I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me hang on to the lanterns. Yeah, this is very surprising with the Niandroid going down. Okay. More goats, totes my goats coming right through. We got spell shield. Sure. Ready for the battles. Yeah, we're going to go aggro on this gift giver next turn. Aggro gift giver.deck coming at you. I don't know why he's doing that. Alright, heal. Trying to redraw it now? That's silly.
The journey is difficult. These will protect you.
We probably should have played the gift giver on the last attack. I kind of had in my head that we might want to come in and play a guiding touch that turn. And so I didn't just spew out all of the damage we had. But a little worried about how we didn't do it. Here, this is fine. Let's just keep adding units. He's gonna have to block with those good units now. So we should get pretty good information. Wow, wow. What are you hoping to even hit with that? Lifesteal, I guess? Alright, so if he blocks our 2 bigs, right? He blocks the librarian, he blocks the lantern. Then we're getting in for 6, 7. So we can't lethal this turn. Let's go ahead and drop all the gems, though. We're going to get like some amount of strikes in with these mountain goats, and so we'll be free to have a card next turn. I think this is fine. Gotta block with that Victor. He should have a death ray in his hand at this point, right? He rummaged. So the rummage would draw 2 with the draw for the turn, then he's seen his top 3 cards, so that'll take down the librarian. Much danger with that Victor. Death Ray, sure. And a Steel Tempest. Just actually playing Steel Tempest. Interesting. Okay. So we take him to 8. And we're fairly safe in terms of Victor, right? The scary thing with him would be like Scout and Elusive or something, and he's a bit far away from that. He is going to flip him next turn, though. I assume these Ionia-based decks have a way to give him Elusive. Oh, right. The flip. Sure. Oh, man, he had lifesteal. Fuck. Okay. So I want to go ahead and boost the Camphor. Get it ready for battle here. See what he does. And lifesteal. Might be okay. Like, his attack looks pretty horrendous. Like, we can take down the Victor with just the Gift Giver. And so it's like, if he makes the attack, we come in and block. He either just loses his Victor, or he plays a removal spell on the Gift Giver. I guess the thing that we have to consider is, like, what if he has a Twin Disciplines, right? Twin Disciplines would be problematic. Ah, it's so much damage. Okay. Is this like the dream scenario would be that like we block with the Gift Giver, and then he has to removal spell our unit. Okay. So we're gonna have to do the full amount this game.
A little luck for those who need it.
All right. Yep. So we need to find a Papercraft Dragon's a little bit short, but he has to respect it, or Pantheon. Not quite what we wanted in the Librarian, but this damage, I guess. I'm gonna cycle out the Guiding Touch this turn. Now he has Scout. Okay, so we gotta have something serious go down this turn. That's pretty serious. Pretty serious right there. Alright, what's our dum-dum have? Tough, Lifesteal, Impact, Fury, Augment, Barrier. Okay. So we can't lethal, right? We can do 4, or we can... Let's go ahead and drop the gem on Pantheon. He's faded and get his faded bonus. So we can hit for 10, 14. A little bit short of killing through Victor, but...
Be brave.
I think that's where we're at. We lifesteal through him? The game says he's at like neg 9. Is that enough? I forgot Camphor has Overwhelm. He's got to have something here. Right? This is very, very easy for him to have a removal spell and prevent this lethal, but if we get to take down the Victor, I'll feel pretty decent about the future of this game. Right? And a lot of their removal is things like bounce spells. And so if he just plays a bounce spell on Pantheon, then, I mean, I guess. If we just get to replay him, that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright. Hit a Face Sprout. Sure. Can potentially get around weird elusive shenanigans with the Face Sprout if we hit a Rainbow Fish with it. This is just going to be a Papercraft. Okay.
Looking for a hero for my hero.
What's he just passing for? It's so weird. So, I mean, I think we stop here. Might as well play the Tiny Spear this turn. So if we draw a like spell, we could just open next turn. It's very, oh shit, we played a card. He gets the chance to pass. This is fine. He's got to do something. Can't just have like a handful of combat tricks and mystic shots. All right.
Remember my words. Page 87.
Let's give it a shot. Could be more Steel Tempests. I mean, I don't know. Like the only other real option I felt like we have is put the Papercraft Dragon onto our 3/2, like not onto a faded unit, but onto just a one of these smaller things. Okay.
Let's see what her notes say.
Could have been worse. Didn't find the whatchamacallit. We didn't find the rainbow fish.
We're off on a new adventure.
Well, we might be just lethaled out now. It's tough for him to come in and deal 20, but we can definitely lose this. It's not familiar enough with the spells in their deck. I feel a lot better now that we've picked up Bastion. Okay. Alright. GG. So yeah, see, that's tough. Like, those are the kind of spots to where it feels like your opponent's just trying to, like, bait out a spell. And like, if I was more familiar with Ionia-based Victor, then we should have been able to just know, what you have to play around. It's just like, I know they aren't playing like Mina, right? But that was always the spot you'd be running into an expedition where they're just like clearly passing and just waiting on you to play, your expensive card, and then they're just like, here's Mina, I'm gonna bounce everything. And so it was like, I don't know, he was like waiting on the space. I guess you could just have a handful of like concussive palms and stuff and not want to be putting the units on the board. But it's tough. I mean, I guess there's not like a ton of risk in putting the Papercraft Dragon on our smallest unit, right? If we'd put it on our 1/2, we had a gift giver there, right? So it would turn it into a 3-attack double attacker. That would have been enough to be really scary. And then even if he does have some kind of bounce spell or whatever, replaying the gift giver is not that expensive. So I could see that being worthwhile. It's just you lose that game so often. Not getting the lethal on the turn there where we only attacked him down to 1. Maybe we should have just been a bit more aggressive in playing the dragon. So we got there at the end of the day, but I'm not happy with how we played that one out. All right, on to the next one. So man, I know you all been wondering, what's the weather like out there in Kansas City? And it's officially starting to get hot. It's not like totally hot yet. It's in like the 70s and 80s today, but the big thing, we'll see if it affects my gameplay. I've switched from wearing pants to wearing shorts. So, I mean, it's gone good so far, right? We're 4-1. The past videos we've been making were all pants videos. Now we're into shorts videos, and so I don't know. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. We're at a 4-1, 80% win rate. That's pretty good, right? So it could be all about the pants. But nonetheless, onto the action here. I'm happy enough to hang on to Pantheon against Darkness. We should be able to get him down and doing stuff. It's kind of we know we're going to be out here playing a long game against these dum-dums. It's kind of nice to at least already have him. Now this is kind of like the Cthulhu problem of Hearthstone, right? To where you don't want to be starting with Cthulhu in your hand. You don't want that 10 mana dum-dum in your hand right from the start. But if you never draw it, you're in a pretty bad spot. But the spot you run into with Pantheon though is you can just play him, right? You can drop one early and then play a second one later in the game, or it gives us time to either drop Pantheon or Camphor later on, since they're both essentially the same unit. There's the Camphor. All right. Ready for battle. Really putting it down here hard with these Yordle Squires. Let's see if he drops another spell on us. Nope. All right. Get to battle, my dude. Man, it's so tempting to just go ahead and drop the Pantheon, but we got to get the spells going. Let's start with Face Sprout and see what we hit. I think we have to just take the Papercraft and get it down next turn. Assuming we don't lose our unit here. He does have the darkness in hand to potentially take the Squire down. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Need a cheapo now. We gotta get somebody to target with all these spells. That's not it. Okay. We aren't doing anything else. In Vagar. How big is the darkness? It's going to be a 3 next turn? Okay. So we have like a burst and the guiding light if we really need to. Oh, I forget this just happens, right? You got a vengeance? Fuck. Okay. Worth a shot. We would have lethaled him here if he didn't have a vengeance. But we got our target for the turn. We can just pass now. We can build up to the Camphor plus Papercraft Dragon play. Incoming animations. Okay. We did just pick up a Bastion, so we can pass and see what he does. There is an argument to just go ahead and play it now, but let's see if he drops a Vengeance or something down here. Ooh, man, with picking up the second Bastion, I really wish we'd played it on the previous turn. Let's see how this goes. So far, so good. He's already played the one Vengeance, so there's a shot. There's a chance. Game says neg 18 coming at you. Oh, he just has the third Vagar. Must be nice. Must be nice. Okay. Well, we have another Bastion in hand. We aren't done yet. I'm ready for it. Oh, and the Pantheon's here? This only does 6. That's not lethal. Okay. So how much of this can we do? We can Guiding Touch, Pantheon, and Bastion. So let's go ahead and heal. I think he's just going to try and bring another Darkness on us, but we can bring in Pantheon now. Alright, what do we got? Fury, Impact, Augment, Regenerate, Fearsome, Elusive Barrier. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of keywords just hit. Okay. Not quite. Oh no, he has a 1-mana card? Oh my gosh, he gets to go hard. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I assumed we were in the clear because he just had the 1 mana. Damn. Okay. Let's just bank. We still have a shot. We still have this Bastion, the Papercraft, and the Pantheon with Elusive. So that's going to take him up to 7. He's faded as well. Okay. Let's just lead with this. It's 18 coming at him. Much is the darkness? A 7? I mean, we can drop a Zenith Blade at this point, but I think we just bring it. Minimorph. What a lame-o. What a lame-o. This guy's lamer than that that dude that was playing that dude that was playing the Sentinel stack. But I mean that's fine. I'm content with how that match turned out. If you're playing against Darkness and you have the lethals multiple turns in a row, and they just actually have everything, then good job. Yeah, what else can you say other than good job? I don't remember exactly how the mana worked out. If we could have like preloaded that Camphor with a Bastion and then had the second one ready, that would have been kind of nice, but I don't exactly remember what happened there. What is this? Nars Ziggs? This should just be a big Overwhelm stack. Yeah. Reasonable enough. I'm gonna go with the shield on these. We're gonna have to do some blocking and be in defensive here. Okay. Okie dokie.
For me, the spirit's dance.
Ready to trade, my friend.
Time to dance.
So, all good and well. We're going to play the Lantern next turn, and that should let us start building up to Yuumi and such. Is that where we want to go with it? Like, if we go into next turn, we can play both the Lantern and the Yuumi? No. We can play the Lantern and the Librarian this turn. 100% want to play this. What? What? Is he going to play Unit and Boomus now? What the fuck? What is happening? Okay. That's not what I expected to happen. But not complaining. Oh, and the dragon? Okay. Okay, friends. Ready to block. The dum-dum is going to flip, right? He did the point of damage from the landmark. But looking strong otherwise. A Zenith Blade, you say? Okay, we can do a little bit here. We can't get Bastion down this turn, but we can drop the Blade on the Lantern. We can drop a Papercraft Dragon onto the Lantern. Pretty strong. I'm going to put the shield onto our small bro here. Go ahead and get that faded in. Bring it. So we can have like Troll Chants. Troll Chants don't actually kill our units though. Like Troll Chant, Frostbite, whatever. That's all good and well. We're not going to lethal this turn, but the big thing here is you shouldn't be killing any of our dudes. Okay. Take a million. Sure. I like it. I like it.
A little luck for those who need it.
Tried to, curious what he... Oh, he has the 1 damage AoE. I was like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Why are you putting that point of damage down? Makes sense, but we can redeploy Yuumi or just get more Papercraft Dragons on the board, however you want to do it. Alright, so he's tapped out at this point. So we're pretty safe in terms of our Lantern. It can come in and just block anything. I think where we're going here is I want to play Yuumi I'm going to put Yuumi on the gift giver. He's going to attack and stuff. We're going to block the pterodactyl with our small unit. Then after the gift giver dies, I think we can papercraft dragon and attach Yuumi over that way. I think this will work. Like, if he's not attacking, he's not winning this game. And so he's going to have to come in with something here. Oh. Well then. Seems he disagrees. Make sure I'm not missing out on one of these dumb things do. This guy is okay. Round start, one to the Nexus. This Mammoth Shaman will flip next turn. Okay. And I think if we like preemptively Bastion this Gleaming Lantern, it should be enough to shut down whatever he's trying to do. There it is. Nice. Is that 5 and 2? Is that right? That's right. I think that's right. We got one more in us, one more left. Okay, I can't remember if I marked that Darkness game. Yeah, we did. Looking good. So, man, I've been listening to the Ramones these days. I've always listened to the Ramones. I love them. I grew up listening to the punk rock musics. When I was in like middle school, was in the ska craze hit in the early 2000s. That's the punk bands with all the horn sections. Love it. Still love all that stuff. But like when you start your musical exploration journey, that takes you quickly down to the path of the punk rock, to where you're going to find the Clash. The Clash is my favorite band of all time for a long time. I think I like Rancid more than the Clash now, but it also like directly leads you to the Ramones, and it's like it gets you thinking, because the thing with the Ramones is they just wanted to be the Beach Boys. If you listen to the Beach Boys and how they sound lyrically and what they're bringing to the table, and then you listen to the Ramones, and it's just a bunch of songs like Do You Want to Dance and Don't Want to Hold Your Hand, and just like aside from the songs that are just all about them being like transvestites and stuff, just heavy Beach Boys influence from Joey Ramone. And it's wild, it's like when you start like comparing it into doing like the streaming stuff and being like, well, I'm not the best in the world, but I can just try to be like the Beach Boys. It's one of those things that stops and makes me think. That's it. We're not good enough to be the Beach Boys, but we want to make a band so we can get girls and try to sound like them. This is as good as we can do.
A little luck for those who need it.
But all right, I did the mathematics on our opponent's board here. They have one health units all the way across the board, and so I'm just going to get as wide as we can before we start trying to drop the assistant librarians to boost up all of our units. All right, his open attack here is not good.
Got the book. Let's start our search.
Sure. Gonna attack the Fizz, but that's it. But no, highly recommend the Ramones. Such good stuff. Such good stuff. If you ever need some motivation that says, man, I don't know if I can do something. I don't know if I'm good enough. Those guys, they couldn't fucking do anything. They decided they wanted to make a band before any of them even knew how to play an instrument. That shit's wild to me.
Yordles in their portals.
You know how to play anything? Nope. All right. We'll still do it. See you in the garage on the weekend. Let's see what we can do here. It's like I'm ready to bring a faded play. I think we're building up some board here, which is nice, but it just kind of feels like at the end of the day he's going to drop a drop either a Yordles and Arms, which you can deal with, or he's going to get the elusive hit on us, which is the problem. And so I'm kind of thinking of this in terms of how we did a lot of that previous game with the against like the Sundisk decks. If we don't overwrite too much of their board, then there's a decent chance that we can limit the elusives from coming down, and then we can also potentially just build up to a big overwhelm play. Got 3 mana and a single hook. It's like I don't want to gem the librarian, but what happens? Like, adding Yordle Squire doesn't do too much. Just a unit that gets killed by his Flame Chompers. What I'm ultimately worried about is he has a Get Excited in hand, and he hooks the Assistant Librarian and drops a Get Excited on it. I'm just going to go ahead and heal the point. So it should be safe for the turn. But right, this is ultimately what we're worried about. He's got these 2 Daring Poros in hand. He's got the Fizz on board. He's going to make a big elusive attack with the Yordles and Arms. It's kind of problematic.
This is not the way. Calm down.
All right, I guess we'll take the unit down. It's playing into his game plan, but I don't see how else we're gonna go about winning this one. Like, if he doesn't have the Yordles and Arms, then we're gonna super regret not stopping the Yordle Captain damage. So we've picked up our combo, but we can't do anything with it yet. Let's start with the Face Scout, see if we hit something we want. Just the 1-drop is going to be fine. Don't care about drawing a second Zenith Blade. We're just going to get this attack in. We'll attack next turn with the Papercraft Dragon. It's basically, if we survive this attack, we'll win. If we don't survive this attack, we'll lose. Easy peasy.
Don't think I know that one.
Okay.
Just do your best, okay?
Don't think I won't unmake you because I will.
All right, my dude. Do you have the Yordles and Arms? We do not have the Rainbow Fish. Oh, interesting. He's playing Get Excited on our actual units. Interesting, interesting. That has to be good, right? Has to be good. Fuck. Yeah, he's gonna be lethal with it. Damn. I thought we were gonna get there. It's so weird that he would throw the Get Excited on the unit. It's like, if we can throw down a blocker for one of these things, then he just loses the game. Whereas that ground-based unit matters never. So, giving us a shot. Giving us a shot. Like, we had another, like, if you can Guiding Touch out of that as well. Other potential ways. That's probably the worst Get Excited we saw on the day right there. But finishing up with 100 LP, not that bad. So we can pull up the deck again, talk about it a little bit more. You can see, right, we definitely have the games to where we play Pantheon and do big Pantheon things. We certainly have some games to where we can take advantage of the Gleaming Lanterns. And then in all the games, we're looking to assemble this combo of Spell Shield plus Overwhelm plus Double Strike, which is just a big and powerful game ender. And so in terms of just taking this on the ladder, it's fine. It's going to matter a lot with what you're seeing in your particular bracket. You can see with the kind of standard Yuumi Pantheon matchups over here to the right, to where the likes of the token stacks and the pirate stacks and like we just played here against the Lulu Fizz, those matchups are abysmal. If you're running into a lot of that, you're going to have some problems. But on the flip side of the coin, the kind of like slower control-y style decks, like your Sundisk style decks, run into real problems with this big collection of cards, especially once you kind of like piece together the strategy of just don't play anything and just stop and build up and don't let them flip their Zerath. And so, yeah, it's a very meta dependent. You could potentially look to take this into the Gauntlet, but people tend to play a lot of the same deck in Gauntlet. Like if you look at our Gauntlet list, we're playing a lot of base Demacia rally decks, and if you ban Scouts, the other decks are pretty much ultra similar in style, and so probably not a good Gauntlet deck. But you could do some serious ladder climbing with this. We didn't have too much trouble here in Masters. We pulled down a positive win rate here in Masters, and so should be able to do some work elsewhere. And then, aside from that, winning isn't everything. Fun is what really matters. And nothing funner than these big double strike attacks, these big OTKs. That shit's pretty sweet. Not to toot my own horn, but that shit's pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. And so lots of fun in that. So definitely a cool deck. I can assure you'll have some good times with it out there as well. And, the thing again with like the Gleaming Lantern, I worry about this card. Right now, I think it's fine. Because there's just not that many Fae out there, but I'm curious about like the Fae support we'll see in the future as to whether or not that will cause problems with the Gleaming Lantern. Again, like just sitting this unit on the board and generating like 6 and 8 mana, that's a pretty big deal. That's an incredible amount of health, especially on a unit that's pretty reasonably well statted. And so I could see you be in trouble at one point. One point in the future you may be a problem, but as it stands now, it's not too bad. Just good. It's on the good end of the spectrum. Above average is where we would find the Lantern. But nonetheless, that is going to do it for us today. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you preferred your Lanterns gleaming as opposed to Threshy. You maybe learned a thing or two along the way. Had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.